Fairly. Grace Jones here on 1FM 91.3. Good morning. It's the morning drive with Flying Dutchman and Carrie, Chong. And with us today, we got Sarah Stanley.
Hello.
Back with us. It's good to have you.
Hi, thank you for having
Sarah
me.
is with the Straits Times, and we're talking about travel plans for the March school holidays.
Which is just around the corner. So, if you want some last minute stuff, we're going to be talking about that, what you can do. There are some very interesting places nearby that I think will stimulate not only you, but the kids as well.
Yeah. So, something other than like your typical Bangkok, Bali, Phuket. What do we have, Sarah?
Okay, so if we're looking at not taking flights, I think nearby we can consider the standard Bintan, Batam, but also there is Nicoy Island for those who haven't really heard of it. It's a private island.
Okay, how does one get from Singapore to Nicoy?
Okay, so
Is
you
it
have
a
to
ferry?
go to Bintan, by
Yes.
ferry, and then there's a transfer, a land
It's
transfer.
quite far,
It
if I
is, it
remember
is.
correctly. It is like an hour
Land.
long car ride.
Yeah.
But it's worth the ride and the wait because
So-
it is truly a beautiful island.
Right, so I ferry to Bintan.
Yep.
I drive across Bintan Island.
Yes.
That's right.
And then I take another...
5-10 minutes.
Correct,
I think
correct.
it's a speedboat ride.
speedboat ride.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's great for kids. So I went there just once. Very rustic, but it's got everything. The food is amazing, and they'll take care of the kids for you.
Oh, this is good.
Somewhat like Club Med,
Yeah.
but more rustic.
You see, I like this kind of holiday. This kind of family holiday is good. I have you on the ferry. I
Yeah.
have you in the bus.
Yeah.
I have you in the speedboat. When I reach there, I don't want to see you.
Yeah. Dump the kids. Bye-bye.
It's a great family holiday.
Yeah, I think that's what people are looking for, right? I mean, when you travel, like convenience and then value for money, and also like the kids must be taken care of.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
I don't want to
yes.
do anything else with them when I'm there.
Yes.
Okay.
Which is one of the reasons why I've always thought that interesting family holidays are any Club Med that takes kids. Because literally the kids are taken out of your hands and they are occupied all day with not frivolous nonsense, but really interesting stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we got cooking classes,
Yeah.
crafty things.
Yeah.
And the kids really enjoy it. So aside from Bintan, what else is there on the list?
Okay, we're looking at without flights, right?
Yeah, without
if
flights.
it's like,
Okay, without flights.
ferry, accessible.
Yeah, okay. So actually, I've been hearing a lot about Batam. Like my family friends say that it's easy because they've been there when they were children. And now that they have kids, it's easy to navigate when they get there.
Right.
And I think the infrastructure has gotten a little bit better from like 20 years ago, right?
Okay.
So the malls actually are a bit more structured. You have things to do there. So that's Batam. But there's also Desaru Coast. Have you guys been?
You know, when
No.
the last time I went to Desaru,
Yeah.
there were no hotels there.
Okay, you should look at it now.
Ancient. Okay, is it Desaru?
Hey, hello.
Wait. Is
What?
it
What the hell?
Just to clear the air, Desaru or Desaru? Say.
My goodness.
I grew up with Desaru.
Any Desaru.
Wow, his is a bit more of an accented. I would just go
Authentic.
Desaru. I don't know if it's
All right. Anyway, so Desaru Coast.
Yes.
What's that all about?
Okay, so I think Desaru is trying to reinvent itself. So it's putting up a lot of luxury hotels down by the coast.
Right.
And just last year I went for a music festival that was there.
Yeah.
It's just starting out, so you don't see it as too crowded.
Ah.
But I think families might enjoy it if they're down for like beach time and they have a water park. They have, Hard Rock is good with kids sometimes,
Yeah.
So they have all these little pop-ups everywhere and good food, I would say.
Okay.
Okay, hold the
Desaru
thought.
is
Yeah.
very interesting because I just found something that my kids would love.
Okay.
Let's talk more when we go on Facebook right now.
Yeah, so we're talking about Desaru. Oh, Desaru.
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 Desaru. So there's a water park, the Desaru Coast Adventure
Yes.
Park. It's so fun. Water
Yeah.
slides. There's even a surf simulator.
You don't pretend you want to go and play.
I know. Play.
You're the one that's looking at all the pictures going, never mind the kids, I want to go.
They also have an Anantara there.
Yes, they do.
They
They,
have
do. Yeah.
Very fancy.
Anantara, yeah. So they have a bunch of different options to
But
choose
it's
from.
not, you were saying it's not crowded yet.
No.
Because this is what I hate about so many great beach areas. Give it 10 years and then suddenly it's just a mass of buildings and you can't see the beach anymore.
Yeah. So what Desaru is trying to do is that in the year of Visit Johor year, which is 2026, right?
Yeah.
They're trying to like upmarket Desaru to bring more people for their culinary stuff, for attraction. So they're trying to build it up slowly, but at the moment they're in that phase of building it up. So people are not really there yet.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
good.
Okay, the other thing is the Desaru Fruit Farm.
Yes.
where you can go on tours of the fruit plantations, and then there's even animals at a
Yes.
mini petting zoo.
Yeah.
So cute.
Yeah, so there's things to do lah. If you're willing to drive, it's about 2.5 hours.
It's not a long drive.
Right? Yeah,
Very
and then if you're willing to
accessible.
take a ferry, it's about 90 minutes. So it's accessible by road, by ferry.
Again,
You can
for the
choose.
ignorant, the ferries are out of Changi.
Okay.
Tanah Merah.
Tanah Merah, yeah.
Yeah.
Tanah Merah.
Okay,
Tanah Merah,
okay.
correct.
Tanah Merah.
Yeah.
Not Changi anymore. Tanah Merah.
Yeah, Tanah
okay.
Merah.
Yeah.
So there are a lot of there is a one and only at Desaru.
yes,
so
yes,
all
yes.
these really upmarket,
Yeah,
upscale
yeah.
resorts
Yep.
opening up at Desaru. Something to consider if you're just looking for a getaway. No kids. Yeah, just alone time with your partner. So Desaru, that's Desaru. Something else that is quite interesting we talked about.
Yeah.
What is this place called? Labuan?
Labuan
Baju.
Komodo
Baju.
Island essentially.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Komodo Island.
It's,
How to get to this place?
Okay. So before the direct flights came about with Jetstar, right? Actually, I think you had to transit in like, I don't know, correct me wrong, like somewhere in Indonesia. I don't know if
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like what, Jakarta?
Jakarta?
Where? I don't know.
Surabaya or
Yeah,
somewhere.
somewhere lah. But you have to basically
Yeah.
you need to transit somewhere, so it's a lot more difficult to get there. But now with direct flights, you can get there in about like I think 3 hours.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, so it's not too bad. And when you get there, everything's. I think the infrastructure has gotten a lot better. So you can take boat rides to visit the different islands. You can go on tours to see Komodo dragons, which is what they're known for.
Yeah.
Or my friend who just came back from Labuan Bajo says that you have to go snorkeling because you see manta rays up close.
So this is interesting because apparently some of the resorts there are also very much like this. They take care of the children, So the children are there. Like you go to Club Med and the guest relations officers
Yeah.
take care of the children. You
Correct.
you go to this place and you basically just give your children to the lizards, and they take care of your children.
We leave them on the beach.
Yeah,
or,
leave them, come back. Hopefully they're still there.
Oh my gosh. All right, so different families are looking for different things.
Yes.
So there are some who are looking for adventurous getaway,
Yeah.
while others prefer to relax. I mean, in your line of work, have you come across anything that can cater for both?
Wow. Okay, so I think if we want to make it simple, because during the March holidays, you don't really have you don't have the whole week to travel, right?
Yeah.
So you're trying to keep it to maybe like 4 days or 5 days. I feel like anything by car will probably give you the most flexibility to do both, like adventurous and relaxing. I recently went, not recently, about half a year ago, I went to Genting to do car camping. And
What?
that was
That's
that was interesting. Yeah.
How does it work?
So I followed like a convoy of this group that does Suzuki Jimny. They drive
That's right.
it, and they are so cool. They pack everything into the Suzuki Jimnys, and you can either sleep in the car or you pitch a tent. But there were kids with us, and they actually enjoyed it. So we headed up to a campsite in Genting Highland. It was a bit cooler. You get to do things like outdoor cooking, and then if you feel bored at the campsite, you just drive up to Genting. And then you spend a day at the mall
Yeah.
or everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have flexibility to do both or one or the other.
Yeah.
Wait. So how do I sign up for this thing?
You just have to have a car. That's all you need to do. But you don't have to be part of the convoy if you
Right,
don't want to.
right.
If not, you can join their Facebook group, I think. And then they're like,
I see.
hook you up with
This is what a lot of people don't understand, I think, about our neighbor Malaysia. I lived there for 6 years. Malaysia offers you a hell of a lot as a holiday destination, especially if you've got kids.
Yes.
Especially if you've got kids.
Yep.
There's so much to do.
Truly Asia.
Malaysia boleh.
Ole. Okay. Let me see. Last minute
Yes.
bookings. We all know, with our busy lifestyle, we leave it to the last minute. So any tips on booking accommodations without having to pay through your nose?
Yeah, okay. So you'd be surprised that a lot of last minute bookings actually come with a big discount. I found this out because I was trying to check out Club Med's prices about a week or so before the September holidays last year.
Right.
And they were slashing prices by about $200, $300.
No.
Which one was this?
Yeah.
I want to know. I
This
also want to
is-
get the discount.
Okay, I'll tell you later. I
You
don't
know
know. I
kids.
can't remember off the
Okay,
top of my
okay,
head. But
okay,
it's in
okay.
Malaysia. It's in Malaysia or it's in Thailand. One of those.
Okay.
Yeah, but basically you there's a slash on discount on the rates. Or I think actually last minute is very hard to get discounts if it's not slashed. So you got to depend on points. You got to depend on checking out if, for example, any of the OTAs, online travel agents, have some kind of stackable discounts, but you got to keep track of those codes. So it takes a lot on the person if you're not booking at least 60 to 90 days in advance.
Yeah, because as Singaporeans, right, we're super kiasu.
Yeah, of
We
course.
always book ahead
Yep.
of time, thinking that you save more.
Yes.
But sometimes booking at the last minute can save you
it can.
Yeah.
a lot more.
It can.
Yeah.
It can.
Yeah,
It
I've
can.
never done it because I don't want to take the risk
Yeah.
of not getting the flights,
The
not
flight.
getting
Yes,
the
yes,
accommodation
yes.
that you want
Yeah.
because you're too late, right? So the other thing was in this article, I think we went to Desaru, there was Batam, Bintan, Tioman. How about
Yeah.
Tioman?
Okay, so Tioman, after asking around, right, I feel like it's actually very rugged. And if you go there, you need to be ready to sort of like take care of the kids a bit more, I guess,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Yeah. So if you're down for adventure, maybe snorkeling and your kids are into that, then Tioman is the place to be because it's nearby. You can take a quick either bus or a car right there.
Yeah.
And then you settle your day's worth of activities with snorkeling or fishing. Have you ever been fishing?
Fishing is really good
Yeah.
off Tioman. Yeah.
Fishing, yeah. So those are the things that you'd like to do if you're okay with bringing your kids around constantly and you're not a Club Med person. That's
Yeah.
what I would recommend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then they also have this place called the Boathouse Pulau Tioman, which is a fairly new resort
Yes.
that is focused on conservation.
Yes. Actually,
Right.
most of these places in like the outer areas of Malaysia or Thailand or anywhere else that faces nature, they're gonna hook on this conservation, like sustainability
Yeah.
angle. So if you don't have aircon, right, I think something you just have to accept for being in a
Yeah,
place
yeah,
further out
yeah.
lah. Yeah.
There are a few places like that in Tioman. You find them in Sarawak and Sabah as well. You just need to do a little bit of research on the internet, and you'll find a lot of these very rustic, very nature-based boutique resorts
Yeah.
tucked away in the bush. That really, it's an interesting place to teach your children about nature.
Yes.
If you're onto that, yeah.
Yeah.
Because-
away from the phones.
Yeah.
You know how our kids are super spoiled, right? It's true. So to get out there and let them see what nature has to offer, it's an eye opener.
It's an
for
eye
sure.
opener for them. Absolutely. It becomes a holiday, but it becomes an education at the same time.
Yeah.
Aside from that, okay, if let's say we want to take a short flight, like a
Yes.
small little short flight, besides Labuan Bajo,
Yes.
okay, anywhere else that you would recommend?
Okay, this is not too short, but I feel like if you are willing to take a 5-hour flight, then there's Broome in Australia.
Oh, let's
Whoa.
talk about
Yeah,
that
let's talk
when
about
we
Broome.
go back on air in just a bit. Broome.
Broome. It's very clean.
Go
no?
there,
Yeah,
The
that's
place is
why-
very clean.
All right.
Very clean.
Join us when we come back on 1FM.
I hope you comprehend. I wanna fall from the
Simply Red here on 1FM 91.3 with stars. It's the morning drive. Carrie and Flying Dutchman, and we got Sarah Stanley with us from the Straits Times back to tell us all about travel plans for the upcoming March school holidays,
Let's
right?
talk Australia.
Yes.
Yes, this place that's very clean.
Broome. Broome. Because everybody sweeps clean.
Yeah. How to get to Broome again, and where
You
is
fly.
Broome?
You fly.
Yes. So now you can fly. There's a direct flight as well, and it's a really popular town for pearling.
Yeah.
You guys are for pearls, but also if you're into like marine life watching, like whale watching, catching dolphins,
Yeah.
they have great views. So that's what you do in Broome. Yeah.
You've been there,
I've
right,
been to Broome.
FD?
Yeah, I've been to Broome.
Okay, which
Broome
part
is
of it?
special.
Western, southern, what? Where?
Western Australia.
Western.
A little up north of Western Australia.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So that's accessible by flight if you don't mind flying. Because
Yes.
frankly speaking, a week you can go on a flight.
You can.
And-
5
and
hours
spend-
is okay.
Yeah.
and spend 5 days there and still
Yeah.
come back quite refreshed
Yes,
and not
yes.
tire out the kids, right?
And I've said this many times. I find very much like Sabah and Sarawak, Australia is not just about the holiday; it's about learning. Australia has a lot to teach you as well, and it's very easy to learn.
yeah.
And Broome with its pearling, with its whale watching, with its dolphin watching, there's a lot for kids to experience.
Okay. So since this is about last minute travel, right? What are some of the tips for packing quickly?
Oh, wow.
and making the most out of this spontaneous vacation.
Okay, for me I'm quite a quick packer on my own, but I think because I don't have kids, right? But I hear from my friends
Right.
when they pack, right? They try to pack something that you can wear multiple times for their
Of
kids.
course, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So what they do is just maybe 4 things, and then they pack a laundry capsule.
Yeah.
So when they go there, they just do the laundry and they don't have to pack too much. So last
Really?
minute packing,
Yeah.
I think you got to think about laundry and where you might find a laundromat That's something in the itineraries of my friends, finding laundromats.
Yeah, because we talked about this in our discussion earlier.
Yeah.
What are some of the must-haves when you travel?
Laundry packet.
Yes, now you have it.
Not that didn't come up, okay? But us being true blue Singaporeans and foodies, a lot of our listeners went with chili padi, garlic
No
chili
way.
sauce,
I have to
barcode day
take.
packs.
I have to take Singapore coffee
Yeah, he packs these
overseas?
sachets.
Yeah.
Because
because
you know,
coffee in other
old
countries
people
is
like
absolute
the
crap.
kopitiam.
Okay.
I pack cup noodles,
See,
which
So,
is
okay.
like
What do I
especially.
pack?
Well,
Okay.
yeah. What's your must-have? Like
Yeah,
something
come on.
that is uniquely Singaporean.
do you take anything with you?
Okay, let me think about this.
Like
Do I take anything from Singapore with me?
yeah.
Yeah, your cup noodles, your
Okay, cup noodles for sure. I do pack it.
You see?
But not often enough because I feel like I go overseas, I want to eat what they have there.
True.
Right? Like, I don't want to be forced into a corner and then eat my own cup noodles.
But
I don't
sometimes
know.
it's just shock, you know,
it's
especially when the
just
weather is
shock.
cold.
It is,
And then
it
when
is,
you're
it
hungry
is.
and, you know, nothing is open in Perth after
Yes.
Yeah.
5 o'clock.
Yes. Okay, I've ever taken like bak kut teh packets before.
You see?
Yeah.
But
Bak kut
why?
teh packets.
Then you have to cook. Then
Just
you have to
add
buy pork.
water.
But where's the
And like,
pork or the
I
the,
mean, it'll
the
just
meat?
it'll just be for the soup. You know, that's all. I'm a soup girl.
Absolutely incredible.
All right. I think, we've covered quite
covered
a
a lot.
number of places. The article, if you go and look for it, is all about last minute getaways for the school holidays.
It is still
on
up
the
there if
Straits
they go
Times.
digitally, correct?
Yes, it
Yes.
is. It is.
Okay,
Yes.
great.
Still available. Thank you very much for joining us here today, Sarah Stanley from the Straits Times. Lovely to have you.
Thank you.
The Morning Drive. 1FM. Good times, greatest hits.